to an application walkthrough for APRN applicants for the certification exam at ANCC. My name is Brittany Waldron, and I will be walking you through this application step by step with hopefully addressing any questions that you have. First step is to log on to nursingworld.org. This is the ANCC website, as well as the American Nurses Enterprise, where you can find detailed information not only about certification, but advocacy, membership, and all of the other things that A&E has to offer for our nurses. But to become certified, we have to start with certification and selecting initial certifications. If you scroll down, you can see that we have 5 certification exams for APRNs. They include the Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner Across the Lifespan certification, the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner certification, the Family Nurse Practitioner certification, the Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner certification, and the Adult Gerontology Clinical Nurse Specialist certification. You can also see up here, we have listed the number of business days it takes for us to review applications or documents from the date of receipt. Please check back here often, as these numbers will change based on the volume that we are experiencing. All right, next I'm going to select the Family Nurse Practitioner certification to walk you through. All right, so here in this first page, or first section, we have the information about the Family Nurse Practitioner certification exam, as well as the pass rate, which is currently at 83% as of 2024. I did want to point out for the first-time applicants for faster service that if you have your documents available in electronic format, we recommend uploading during the application process. But if you're not able to at that time, please still complete your application and then come and upload your documents here at our online portal. Scroll down and you'll see that we have steps on applying for the exam. First things first, I do recommend reviewing the FAQ page for any questions you have about content that may be necessary, any questions about what documents to submit. All of that is covered in this Review FAQ tab. If for some reason that information is not clear or doesn't address your question fully, please email us at aprnvalidation@ana.org, and we'd be happy to assist you with your question. Here, we have the pricing and discounts. And down here, we have the eligibility information. Please note, you must meet all of this eligibility information to be considered for the certification exam. All right, let's move into the application itself. So you'll select Apply Online. Here, now I had already logged in, but you'll log in with your email address and your password. Please use the email address that you use most frequently, as this is how we will communicate with you if there are questions about your application, as well as where we will send your authorization to test once your application has been reviewed and deemed acceptable for the certification exam. Please enter in the name that you have listed on your photo identification of a government-issued ID. This will be what is used to allow you to test at our testing center, and it must match the name on file with the ID that you are presenting for testing. If the names do not match, you won't be allowed to test and you will be turned away from the center. Select your employment status and the organization that you work for. Please enter the address where you would like us to send your WAL certificate once you have passed the exam and are certified. And then enter a phone number where we can reach you if we have additional questions. Next is education history. Please enter in the program that you have most recently completed, as well as any previous graduate level work where you are transferring coursework into your program. If you attended an online school, we know that those schools are all across the country. Please list the state for where your online school is accredited. This is how you'll be able to find them in our system and how we'll be able to link that school to your application. To do that, you can select Add New and then enter in the information for the program that you just completed. So as an example, I will use Walden University. They are based out of Minnesota. And they're right there. Select your start date and the date that your degree is conferred. If your degree has not been conferred yet, if you're applying before graduation, please still list the date of conferral, even if it is in the future. Next, please put on the name that is on your transcript. This is especially important if you have changed your name during the time that you are in school. This way we can link whatever documentation comes in under your previous name with this name on your account, even though it will not match what your current name is. And then finally, put in your major area of study. Select Save. Once all of this information is correct, select Next. Next, you're going to enter in your license with your license number, the state that has authorized that license with the beginning date and your expiration date. Please be sure your expiration date is in the future. And once that information is correct, please select Next. Membership. If you are not an ANA member, now is the opportunity where you can enter or either join or enter in that information, where we offer a discount if you are an active member with with the ANA organization or a different collaborating organization. To verify what is a collaborating organization, please go to the main information page under pricing, and that will list out what organizations are able to use a discount for each exam. If you would like to become an ANA member and are not one yet, you're able to add it in the cart as part of your application. All right, we have made it to the certification application. Here you'll see that we have in red the certification exam that you are applying for. Please be sure that this is the correct exam. This can get confusing between our adult gerontology acute or adult gerontology primary care nurse practitioner exams. If you have accidentally selected the wrong one, no big deal. Just select cancel and go back and select the correct one. If this is the exam you're interested in testing for, select Next. All right, next we have the forms to download, which is the validation of education form. This is the same for all of our certifications. So please just download here if you have not downloaded already. All right, here we have the validation of education form. We do have a video that we have created regarding completing the validation of education form, which I will share that QR code later, but I did want to go over this just briefly. What's new about this form is that it is student completed instead of by faculty, which is what we have done before. You'll need to complete the educational information. Please, if you're not sure of the accreditor of your program, either speak to your faculty or check with CCNE or ACEN, as they are the accreditors of most programs. You'll also need to complete the information about your APRN core coursework. If this coursework was transferred in from another university, please list the title and the course number that matches the transcript that reflects completion of that course. You'll need to list that here, as well as the university name, noting that if it was transferred. Here, you'll need to, under clinical eligibility requirements, list the total number of faculty supervised clinical hours that you have completed. You'll also need to submit clinical hours documentation, which can look like a summary of the hours you've completed, including your name, the population role of the course of the hours completed, and the total number completed. If you have questions about different examples of what those documents could look like, please refer to the VOE video that I will share with you later. All right, if you do have all of your documents ready to submit, please do so here. We do recommend submitting through the online application with an electronic upload, where you can submit your validation of education form and an unofficial copy of your transcript. Please note that if you submit only an unofficial copy of your transcript, you will not be certified until a final official transcript reflecting degree conferral is received and reviewed. To be official, it must be sent directly from your school to ANCC for review. Here you can list your employer demographics just to provide information on the work that you currently do. Next, you'll be signing a statement of understanding and an optional program data release form. If you would choose to share your data with your school, you would select here to allow us to release to your program the scores that you either have received by passing or if you've received a fail result. Once all of that is complete, you add to cart. Where again, you will note family nurse practitioner, the total price. Now I have a membership listed, that's why the price is a little lower. And then if you choose to, you can submit or you can donate to the American Nurses Foundation or to the American Nurses Association Political Action Committee. If you are all set, you can select checkout, and then your application will come to one of our reviewers who will be in contact with you if more information is needed. As I mentioned before, we do have a QR code for the validation of education form video, where it goes in further detail on what to fill out and what documents to submit along with your validation of education form. Thank you so much for listening in on this walkthrough of the ANCC certification exam application, and have a good day.